He's constantly trespassing. It's to the point where I'm terrified of him. I fear for my life.
You're probably thinking, Pamela has every right to protect herself from trespassers. Pamela's husband Clarence got arrested after asking a man to leave his property while holding a handgun, but he was on his own property.
My husband had to protect our property and our home, and me. I was terrified of this guy.
So is this a stand your ground law case?
They were trying to protect their property from a trespass, which is very different than a reasonable belief that somebody's coming to harm them.
The police report says the man wanted to get to his property that is behind the Smiths' house, so he would walk along their property to get to it.
He's under some impression that he has the right to walk on what he said was an FP&L easement. Well, it's an FP&L easement, not a public easement. He has no right to walk on that.
When the cops were called, Clarence Smith was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The Stand Your Ground law allows a person to use deadly force if he or she reasonably believes that using or threatening to use such force is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself or herself. But that doesn't necessarily make this a Stand Your Ground case.
You can use force to remove a trespasser, but you can't use a gun to make him move.
But the Smiths have called the cops on the same man for trespassing before.
And every time we've called the cops, they've never trespassed him.
So even though Clarence was on his property when he was arrested,
the LCSO could not understand that even though I was outside my fence, that I was still on my property.
The investigator says the state attorney is still deciding whether or not they want to prosecute Clarence Smith. We also tried reaching out to LCSO about this case. They declined an interview. Anna Coles, Fox 4 in your corner.